Cincinnati Bengals plus 3.5 at Baltimore Ravens minus 3.5. Over under set at 47.5 in this one. Ravens D has blown two big leads, 17 and 21 points, I think it was, to the Miami Dolphins when Tua was healthy, and to the Buffalo Bills, who a lot of us have going to the Super Bowl. Me personally, I have them losing in the AFC Championship game, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if they made it to the Super Bowl or even actually won the Super Bowl. But all I'll have to say to the Bills actually winning the Super Bowl is four in a row in the 90s. Four in a row. You were in the Super Bowl four times in the 90s. That's it. Anyways, Bengals beat the Dolphins in that ugly Tua situation last weekend. I'm glad the NFL's cracking down on the head and concussion injuries. They do need to take a lot more steps forward in that issue. Like Tua, I don't care if that's a back injury or a head injury. The way he acted and the way he flopped around after that hit when he tried to stand up and all of a sudden his body went whatever the fuck he did. It was ugly, it was horrible, it was nasty, it was not nice to watch, and he was obviously not fit to continue playing when he uncontrollably does that with his body. I don't care who you are. I don't care if that's a concussion or not. He's got to be taken out of the game by the coach, the medical, the doctor, anybody. All of yous have a say in that. All of yous could have done something about that. But anyways, Bengals beat the Dolphins in that ugly one. Ravens have lost a franchise worst five straight games at home. Ravens are 12-2 and 2 against spread when the line is set between 3 and 3.5, which it is for this game. Bengals are 4 and 1 against spread in Baltimore, but they're 10 and 2 against spread in their last 12 overalls. Cincy is only 2 and 5 straight up versus the Ravens. The favorite is 4 and 1 against spread in the last 5 times these two teams have played. I like Baltimore to win this game. I think Baltimore wins this game something like uh 27, 21, 28, 24. I think they just cover that number barely. Lamar Jackson anytime TD. Baltimore minus 3.5. Baltimore money line. I like Lamar Jackson passing and rushing yards combined over 287.5. In the final game of the week, like I always do, I leave my EAGLES Fly Eagles Fly. Only unbeaten team left in the fucking NFL this year. Last time they were unbeaten this far, they went 7-0 in 2002, was it? When they went to the Super Bowl and they lost to the cheating fucking Brady and Belichick led Patriots. But anyways, never seen a team praised or a player praised so much after getting caught for cheating so much, but whatever. That's the way it is, right? Anyways, bullshit. That's all I'll call them that. Eagles minus 5.5 at Arizona, plus 5.5 over under at 49 in this one. Cards are 3 and 7 against spread and straight up their last 10. Overall, Cards are 0 and 7 against spread their last 7 home games. Arizona's 5 and 0 against spread versus Philly their last 5 though. Cards have won 6 straight versus the NFC East. Eagles are 8 and 2 straight up in their last 10 games. Phillies 2 and 6 straight up versus the Cards. Eagles are 4 and 1 straight up their last 5 road games. The favorites 4 and 0 against spread in their last 4 meetings between these two. Cards are 7 and 1 against spread their last 8 versus the Eagles. The home team's 8 and 3 against spread their last 11 meetings. Eagles are allowing a league low 44.7 yards per pass. The Cards rank 30th in passing yards per play. Eagles average a league high 8.79 yards passing yards per play. The first one was rushing yards, sorry. Or yards per pass. Passing yards per play. The Cards give up 7.36 passing yards per play. That's 25th in the league. Confused myself with my rating, and it's late at night, and I've been drinking and smoking all day. Philly's the only team to win the turnover battle in every game so far this year. Good thing I did these stats before I started any of this. Battle in every game this year. Eagles score a lot of points in the first half. The Cards give up and fall behind by a lot of points in the first half. They cannot keep relying on Kyler Murray to pull this bullshit acrobatics out of his ass at the end of the games. I think that the Eagles defense, even though they allowed that big comeback and some garbage time points in each game this year, I think the defense is good enough to stop the Cards from doing that. 85, I believe 85 or somewhere around there of the Eagles' 115 points this year have come in either the second quarter or the first half. So that's how much they have dominated the first half. They're the only team in the NFL to not be trailing at any point in the second half of their games. Well, the Cards dig themselves into big holes early, like I said, and I just don't think that's good enough to get it done against the only unbeaten team in the NFL. I think the Eagles do have enough to get it done against the Cards, snap that ugly streak they have against Arizona. I like Eagles to roll -5.5. Remember, the Eagles are my favorite team, and I'm usually pretty good at looking at my favorite teams. It's the teams I hate, like the Dallas Cowboys, Manchester United, those type of teams I have a harder time giving fair judgment on than my favorite teams. It's actually the teams I hate the most, like Pittsburgh Penguins, for example, in hockey. Dallas Cowboys, Man United, like I said, those are three of my most hated teams. So if I'm giving them compliments, it's harder for me to be fair with them. So if I'm giving them compliments, I'm really sincere in those compliments because I fucking hate complimenting anything about any of them teams, period. So shout out Michael Parsons, shout out Michael Irving. There's not many other of yous that I do like or will shout out from the Cowboys. DeMarcus Lawrence, yeah, you're good too, man. Enough respect for you as well. Eagles win this one 31-21, 31-17, 27-17, something like that. Hurts over 297.5 passing and rushing yards combined. Devontae Smith over 52.5 receiving yards. I ran Devontae Smith in my fantasy football league just because of the fact that everybody's going to be focusing on A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith is the number one wide receiver. Maybe not as quite as good as A.J. Brown, but A.J. will garner all the CB1 attention. Well, Devontae, he's going to be lined up against CB2s all year, or the safety help will also slide over to AJ's side, which will leave Devontae Smith open for a lot more opportunities, let alone Dallas Goedert, and free up the running game because that's one safety worrying about the wideouts instead of being able to stack the box. Anyways, that's my Week 5 NFL picks. Like, share, follow, retweet, reshare, all that shit. Good luck with your picks. And remember, we all have our own advice. If you have a gut feeling against me on any of the games, so be it. Go with your gut. I ain't gonna hate. We all have our own opinions. We all do our own research. Numbers don't show everything. They can lie to us as much as they help us. Peace.